Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X, the only show on Thursdays that starts the weekend early. And I'm your host, Tom Dog 247. As always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Woo, baby, all right. So, happy 420, everybody. Hope everybody um played it safe out there. Didn't want to do no harm to anybody and everything. If you smoke responsibly and everything like that. And so yeah, I didn't get any sticky icky. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in my monologue. But first, let's do the shout outs. Big shout out to everybody at the Dorkening Podcast Network. You guys are truly amazing. Um, I know I say that each and every week, and I mean it each and every week. You guys are awesome. Um, and for those who don't know what I'm talking about, go on to wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. You'll definitely know what I'm talking about after you listen to some of the great shows that are on there, like Midweek Geeks and um, Splash Pages, just to name a couple. There's like tons of shows, and everybody is doing an amazing job. You don't want to miss out on all of the awesome stuff that everybody does on there, and definitely worth checking out. And you could do so at the Darkening Podcast Network. Big shout out over to um, Melly Playful and Tengu over at Melly Playful and Tengu on YouTube. Big shout out to those two. They're amazing. They play tons of video games, and you'll have a lot of fun watching them play those video games. So do so on YouTube. Melly Playful and Tengu. And this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. You can trade in Euro video games and consoles. From retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays. You can also trade in your sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items, spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. And if you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area, and you want to check out where in Southington it is, you can check out their website over at mjvideogames.com. And while you're in Southington, check out Hardcore Sweet Bakery for all the wonderful baked goods that you can have and everything for the sweet tooth, for not only for you, but for your entire family. And for a list of stuff that they have going on and where this wonderful store in Southington is at, you can check out their website over at hardcoresweetbakery.com. And you could check out Witch Doctor Brewing Company, which is also here in Connecticut, with their local brew. And I highly recommend the Juju Juice. That is amazing. And if you want to check out on the list of uh, homebrew beer that they have, you can check out their website over at witchdoctorbrewing.com. Hargo Sweet and Witch Doctor, not sponsors, but I love giving them a shout out because they're amazing. But so yeah, happy 420 and everything. Last week, I will address that I wasn't on last week. As you know, I was on vacation, a well-deserved vacation, and I I thought about doing a show over there. My family and I were in New York, um, visiting visiting an old family friend, and and so yeah, didn't happen. It didn't happen. I was like, you know what? Having so much of a good time here. I'm going to just take a break. Pretty much take a break, and because you know what, I needed it. I'm not gonna lie, I needed it. I needed to recharge my batteries because lately, um, I just been so friggin' tired. Excuse me, my it's the change of the weather, and I do apologize for this, but I don't care. I need to give my nose a blowjob. So yeah, the way the weather's been lately, going from hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold. It's just like my sinuses are totally fucked up, and I'm all out of Benadryl. So yeah, but I did have but yeah, I needed rest and relaxation, and not only that, the weather was so goddamn hot. Having a little the weather was last week was so amazing. It was in the 90s, even here. Not even get a chance to. I probably would have took some. Probably took a time off if I didn't leave. So yeah, I was up in the northern New York area, and pretty close, not too far from Canada, not too far from the Canadian border. So, but to answer your question, no, I did not go to the Canadian border yet. So, one of these days, I do want to at least do a show in Canada. You know, I really do. And I'm actually French Canadian, so part French Canadian, and so yeah, I think I think it will do wonders for me to really check that out. But yeah, had a good time, had a ball. They actually had a Pizza Hut up there, said, and they were actually selling some mini basketballs, and he said, you know what, I'm going to buy one. And the wonderful thing about this particular Pizza Hut, because they have the original restaurant where you can sit inside and eat a Pizza Hut pizza. And the only thing that's missing in there is um the red cups. And I'm a little bit disappointed that they don't have the red cups. And because I would have bought some, but you know what? I could probably go on their website, and because they have a shop, they have them. I'm sure they have. I'm sure. I think there's a merchandise shop that they have in there, and I could just go ahead and order. I have 4 pack of cups because I love those cups. Those cups are so amazing. I bought had a ton of them when I was a kid. So yeah. So I wanted to go see. I did want to go, at least try to go see a movie. Didn't happen because I was just enjoying the relaxation because I needed it. I usually because I really didn't. It was like really I needed it. There we go. Right. So um, real quickly before I before we talk, before we get the show rolling, this information just came up just a little while ago before I came on. That's why it took me uh pretty much forever to get on. Um Trying to get the notifications because I'm in my Facebook group page. But yeah. Let's see. Do do do. Um Remember I would say like maybe a year or so ago, maybe couple seasons back, there was a discussion in regards to Sony, slash Spider-Man and Disney Plus. um, I'm going to put it over towards me for a second because I don't want you to see what's going on. I know I'm mean. I'm pretty mean. But, about how but anyways, going back to what I was saying, it was pretty much about Spider-Man, um, because of the Marvel, with Marvel being on there was a discussion whether or not, um, there was a debate going, there was like an issue going on between Disney and Sony wanting to bring, um, because they wanted to bring Spider-Man they wanted to bring, um, the Spider-Man movies, the Spider-Man universe into Disney Plus. And because of the because of the um the argument, sorry, I'm just like being distracted here. um I was kind of hoping that we would see it on here because, um according to, um superherohype.com, um that, um Mitch Halleck from Terrificon, by the way, tickets are on sale now to buy your tickets for, the July event of Terrificon, and I highly recommend that going there because Terrificon is an awesome event uh, here in Connecticut, and it's a really awesome convention. You'll have a really good time. And but anyways, okay. Well, it doesn't look like it's on there just yet, but I'll give you the rough draft to what's being announced. Um, Spider-Man, the Spider-Man movies are indeed coming to Disney Plus. So, so with that being said, I tried to see if it was going to be on that list, but apparently it didn't show up yet. So I was going to see, but still, it is um amazing that that finally, um after all this time, the Spider-Man movie franchise, and there's a lot of them. The Sam Raimi Spider-Mans are supposed to be in there um as of the 21st, which technically is today, but we'll probably get that first thing in the morning. So yeah, the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans are coming in. Venom, the Venom movies that are coming in. It looks like Morbius um is going to be showing up on the on Disney Plus as well too. You can watch Morbius on Netflix, but I don't understand. But I still gotta watch it just just to figure, find out what the hell the big deal is. Um, as far as and yeah, the MCU Spider-Man is also going to be on there. Um, from what I heard, which makes perfect sense. Um, because the MCU Spider-Man movies, as makes perfect sense considering the fact that Spider-Man's in some of the MCU properties already. Um, there's talks about and yeah, even the Amazing Spider, the I think it's Jack Webb. I think. Let me see. I'm opening up this link here. And like I said, this thing is so friggin' slow. My tablet. And so yeah. Um. So yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man, which I think it's Jack Webb Spider-Man. Um. So on Friday, which is technically today because now we're into Friday, but sometime on Friday, April 21st, Disney Plus will add Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, and The Amazing Spider-Man. Then on May 12th, Spider-Man Homecoming and Venom will be added to the Marvel selection. Um, oh, you son of a bitch. Um, per the deal that was signed on April 20, yeah, there was, I think I talked about it last year. Or no, back in 2021. Some of these titles have already run on Disney's sister streaming outlet, Hulu, or even Disney Plus in other countries. But this marks the first time that these movies have streamed on Disney Plus for American fans. Um, The announcement also indicates that other titles from Sony Pictures and film Sony Pictures Film and Television Library are expected to premiere on Disney Plus in the U.S. later this year. Um, it's likely to include uh, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Far From Home, which makes sense, of course, because it's in the MCU. Um, Spider Spider-Man No Way Home, which is um, considered to be the best of the trilogy. Um, it may also mean that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and other family-friendly Sony flicks like Jumanji and Hotel Transylvania could come along for the ride. However, it's unlikely that uh, Spider-Man Across the Universe, Spider-Verse, will hit Disney Plus this year. Netflix still has the first window on Sony's current theatrical releases. That said, Disney Plus has a deal for the second window on Sony's titles once Netflix hold on the films expires, assuming that deal comes assuming that deal continues into the next year. Um, Across the Spider Verse will likely to arrive on Disney Plus in 2024. So that's the rumor. That's the rumor about the animated Spider-Man film. Um, which they're good, which they're really good. So, um, so yeah, I which like I said, like I said before, you have you know this will be a good move for Sony in order to this was a good move for Sony considering the fact that when I talked about this a while back, it it made for interesting television discussion. And yeah, it makes perfect sense. Um, so yeah, it really makes perfect sense for for the um for the Spider-Man franchise, whether it's the Spider-Man movies and Venom, and yeah, you can throw in Morbius too if you want. Um, excuse me, which I think is a good idea, and I think that and other titles can under the Sony platform can even do the thing. And you know what? And I said this before, and I think this would be smart for both companies to do so. Disney buys Sony. Why not? I think that'll be really, really cool. This way here. I mean, think about it. You already have. I mean, you know, Qbert was featured in Wreck-It Ralph, and Qbert is licensed by Sony. Think of the awesome and think of the Qbert cartoons that they had back in the day alongside with Pac-Man and everything. This would be amazing to see the Qbert cartoons on Disney Plus. I would love it. And throw in the Avatar, please. I think that would be awesome. And you know what else? You know what else would make um really good? on Sony. Um, you know what other Sony property would look great on Disney Plus? Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters franchise, Sony property. Think about that. Think about that. You can throw that in there. Pixels. You can throw in the movie Pixels in there. Not too many people like that. Everybody's iffy on that part. But you think about how awesome it would be for that to be on there. But going back to Ghostbusters, think of the library. Think of the library um, that Ghostbusters had, because Ghost Corps um, is run by Dan Aykroyd. You got Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, the real Ghostbusters, as well as Slimer and the real Ghostbusters. You have Ghostbusters Extreme. You have Ghostbusters Afterlife. You have Ghostbusters 2016. You have the upcoming Ghostbusters, the fourth Ghostbusters movie. You have all that, and there's other ghosts, and plus also there's um, a rumored new animated series of Ghostbusters coming soon. Think about that. You put that as a Disney Plus original, you're golden. Not to mention, I think it would be really cool seeing the Ghostbusters logo with Mickey Mouse ears. That would be funny as hell. Be awesome too. And think about this. And think about this. The Sony PlayStation. Think about how awesome that would be, because of this thing with Disney on board. You can Disney can make some really good, under that name, under that channel, they can make some really cool games. They can make some really, really cool games. And it'll just be funny seeing Kratos as a Disney property. That would be really cool. So yeah, I kind of open up that Pandora's box and making something really unique. And I think it'd be really awesome to see that, because you take a look at the franchise already. Oh, okay. So yeah. So it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense that the go, some Sony, the Smurfs. The Smurfs can even go, since that's a Sony property, they can make their way on Disney Plus. That would be awesome. That would really, really be awesome. And the Smurfs are family friendly. They're the Smurfs are family friendly. Why not throw them in there? It'd be nice to see Papa Smurf as an avatar for your Disney Plus account. Just saying. I wouldn't mind having Papa Smurf on my Disney Plus account. Remember that Crash Bandicoot cartoon that was short lived? Throw that show on there too. Because technically, that well, actually, no. That's more. I think that's more of a Universal property now. I don't know. Well, I know. Well, I know now it's an Activision. Activision owns the rights to um, Crash Bandicoot. Guess what? Because the Crash Bandicoot make its way into the Xbox. But yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, there's so much things that that Sony can do with that, and all they have to do is just sign the dotted line, and so the Sony property can become part of the House of Mouse. There you go. And speaking of House of Mouse, why the hell isn't that show on Disney Plus already? I mean, it's a Disney show starring Mickey Mouse, throwing a bunch of new and old cartoons from the past, and with some old cartoons and new cartoons, and they were awesome. And they don't have the House of Mouse, they don't have the House of Villains, and they don't have the snowed in at House of Mouse. Not one of those is in there, and I think that's a damn shame. Another damn shame is that why isn't Muppet Babies on there, even though it's done by Marvel Productions back in the day. You know, I mean, think about it. Unless there's you know, some sort of issue with the licensing because they showed some clips of some movies, but I know that because there was a scene in Ghostbusters, so that's probably the reason why. But still, I mean, they can really do a lot. They could really do a lot on there, and I think it would be really awesome. I think it'd be really, really cool. I think it'd be amazing to see these properties make their way onto Disney Plus, and I've been saying that for a really long time now, and I'm still going to continue saying it because I think it would make sense. I mean, think about it. If there's talks about Jumanji being on there, why not sign on the dotted line, Sony? Come on. We all know that you're not going to throw in your own streaming service. That makes no sense. I mean, think about how much really cool stuff because you have a library. You have a library of content just waiting to be reproduced out into the world. And I think it'll be amazing. I mean, think about how awesome you could be doing by throwing some of your property into the Disney Plus library. I think you're missing out. Sony's missing out on this, but in a way, I'm glad I'm glad that they're actually doing something with the Spider-Man franchise because sometimes I want to watch some of these Spider-Man movies. I mean, yeah, I could probably see it on Hulu and um anywhere else, but let's be realistic, folks. Let's give credit where credit is due. We got to throw in, we got to throw um some other properties in there, and I think they can really do a lot of justice on there. I really do think so. I mean, you have no idea how much money that both Sony and Disney could be making just by putting a lot of content on there that that's not even have Spider-Man's that doesn't have Spider-Man on there. But they could really do a lot. Like I just said, especially with the Ghostbusters franchise. Just saying. So, and you know, all for nothing. I would like to see the Hulk movies on there, as well too, and say, well, they're owned by Universal. Yeah, they can do the same. I mean, think about that. You have the first two Iron Man Iron Man and Iron Man 2, I think. Captain America, the first Avengers movie. Those and Thor, they're owned by Paramount. They were done by Paramount Pictures. They're on Disney Plus, but not one, but not the Hulk. Ang Lee's the Hulk and the Incredible Hulk. You cannot watch that on Disney Plus. You can't watch any of those two on Disney Plus. Just saying, folks. Just saying. I'm just saying. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I had sexual relations with this woman. I had to throw in a Bill Clinton. But if I wasn't so goddamn congested, take a Sudafed. I don't even have Sudafed. I don't even like, to be honest with you, I don't even like Sudafed. It's like, give me Benadryl and NyQuil. That's all I need. So, all right, let's resume the original, because I overshot my monologue here. So yeah. Let's see. What are we talking about here? Okay, so the season finale of The Mandalorian hit on Wednesday, and it was good. Loved it. Moving on. Um, Power Rangers Once and Always premiered yesterday as well too. Um, I'm gonna just do a one sentence review, short sentence review. A definite watch. That's all I got to say. If you don't have Netflix, find somebody who does so that they can share it. But really, in all seriousness, trust me when I say this, the nostalgia factor hit, and they did a wonderful job. I'm going to watch it again. That's how awesome that special was. So it is counting as a movie. Is considered a movie. So um yeah, it's going to be on my list of favorite movies of 2023 during the year end special. So yeah, putting that on the list along with Cocaine Bear. I haven't seen it yet. And it's on Peacock. So I got some, but I also have some homework to do because I have to watch the first two Evil Dead movies because I've seen um Army of Darkness so many times, and Evil Dead Rising Evil Dead Rises um just came out, and I want to see that film. So yeah. But yeah, it looks from what I understand, it looks from what I've been hearing, it's pretty good. But yeah, so yeah, got a little bit of homework to do. So yeah, I gotta watch the Evil Dead movies. I'll probably watch it this weekend just so that I can be familiar with the franchise because I do like I Bruce Campbell is amazing. I like Bruce Campbell. He's my favorite actor, and and Army of Darkness was the first in the Evil Dead franchise that I watched. So yeah, it and I know that I got to go back and watch it. I got to go back and watch the first two. So yeah, I got some homework to do. Got some homework to do. Definitely, but I got to make sure that I'm watching in broad daylight. Sorry, guys, in the dorkening. I'm going to watch it during the broad daylight. I'm not. Ever since I saw first horror film I ever saw in the dark was um Hellraiser, and that introduced me to horror films. And my single most biggest mistake that I made while watching that was watching that in the dark, and I've never been the same since. So yeah, sorry. I know you guys mean well, but I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it in broad daylight. I got to. It's it's that's just me right there because you know Hellraiser was the first horror movie I ever saw as a little kid, and even though I wasn't old enough to watch them, I still watch it anyways. And god damn, I kind of wish looking back, I kind of wish I probably should have waited because after watching that movie, it gave me nightmares because I mean that's a pretty badass movie to start up on, and I still got to thank Doug Bradley for doing his job. As a like Pinhead was the first horror character I ever saw, and you did your job well of giving me nightmares as a kid. I was like I snuck watching that movie. I kind of wish I said yeah, I'm sure he would be thrilled. So yeah, but anyways, so yeah, I got some work to do when it comes to that, so, just so I can be caught up and watch the Evil Dead Rises. So, but I'm hearing good things about that. So yeah, but yeah, Power Rangers once and always, definite watch, and I seriously think that it should be seen. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Especially if you're a Power Rangers fan. So we actually got one more piece of equipment to not piece of equipment, but one more piece of material to talk about, and I'm just gonna go out on a limb and saying that maybe I should just nickname my Tom Dog character as the Disney remake Defender. or Disney remake Avenger or whatever you want to see, but because I always seem to find myself I always seem to find myself defending a Disney live action remake. I always do. Whether it was Aladdin, definitely Aladdin. Little Mermaid, naturally. I've been talking a lot about Little Mermaid on this show. Talked a little bit about what was the live action remake I mentioned on this show. I know it wasn't Beauty and the Beast, but I kind of wish I did. but but yeah, what am I defending here? What was I defending? I know Aladdin, Little Mermaid. I think there was some other movie. I think there was some other movie I was defending. Oh well, but yeah. Um, so yeah, I defended those movies quite a bit on this channel, and this year I've been defending The Little Mermaid. But now we're gonna add another movie to that another live action remake to that mix, and it's Lilo and Stitch. Apparently, they're going to be making a live action Lilo and Stitch movie, and some people are pissed off because there's like a lot of people pissed off for a couple of reasons. For example, oh yeah, I talked about Milan on there too. Um, about how Mushu wasn't in that, but anyway. Um, oh yeah, the Lion King. Lion King was another. Um, so yeah, it's all coming back to me. But no, Lilo and Stitch is on the list now for because they already have a cast of some of the characters already. Um, they already found their Nani, who who in the animated movie was voiced by Tia Carrera, and the love interest in that film, I forgot the character's name, but yeah, they found somebody to play him. And the backlash behind it is because of the fact that they're not Hawaiian enough. Apparently the actors look white, um, but in retrospect, they're Hawaiian. These actors are Hawaiian, and yeah, they're white. So there's a little bit of a backlash, but it kind of calmed down because you know apparently the fan base, the audience was schooled in a way. However, there's one character. I guess they're adding one character that I don't think was in the animated film, but and it's a female. It's a social worker, and she's going to be played. She's going to be in the live action movie. She's going to be played by that one chick that was in the White Lotus in the first season one of the White Lotus. I forgot her name, and I know that I should be going into the smart news because that's where I saw this. That's where I have the thing written down. Actually, go on Twitter because I shared it. What the fuck? See, this thing is like so goddamn slow, and I know I have to update it too. Go to my page. I pretty much called Elon Musk an asshole about the whole pay the the $8 thing, but apparently I'm being charged 11. That's not fair. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? I know it's here because I put it down. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. So they found they a lot of people were pissed off because a lot of people thought that um Cobra Bubbles wasn't going to be in the live action adaptation, but it looks like now he is going to be. And the originally the character was voiced by Ving Rhames. So in this live action remake, Courtney B. Vance is going to be playing Agent Bubbles. Jolene Purdy um, is going to play the child services, the social worker. So I don't know if she's going to be a new character, or I got to go back. I got to go back to see. It's not letting me look at it. Oh, okay. Here we go. So yeah, Jolene Purdy. She was from what I understand. She was in the White Lotus. Um, because she looks familiar. Season one of the White Lotus. So yeah, she's gonna play that character. So yeah. Um. However, Dwayne Johnson is going to be in Moana, and the thing about that is that the fact that in Moana, um, Dwayne Johnson is voiced um, Maui, and we don't know if we don't know what Maui's going to look like in the live action reboot. Maybe he's going to be like, you know, buff instead of fluff. We don't know. We don't know. unless they're gonna put Dwayne Johnson in a fat suit. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Moana's getting a live action thing too. So, um, so yeah, I gotta watch Lilo and Stitch again, so I can figure that out. Um, if there was a female social worker in the movie, so yeah, but yeah, everybody's still upset because Ving Rhames is not going to be um reprising his role as um Cobra Bubbles, and it's going with Courtney B. Vance. And to be quite honest with you, Courtney B. Vance, I don't know that much about that actor because I don't know. I had to do an IMDb search to see what he's done before. But Ving Rhames, um, he's basically the character, Agent Bubbles in Lilo and Stitch was actually based off of Ving Rhames' character in Pulp Fiction, and everybody knows Marcellus Wallace. So yeah, a little fun fact about that. So, um, I don't. I'm sure Ving Rhames will be a part of this movie in some fashion. Maybe I would like to see him play the alien. That would be cool. Would that be beneficial? You know, I think that would be really cool. Yeah, Courtney B. Vance um looks to be a good fit, and yeah, I think it'll be really really cool. Um, so yeah, I think the idea will look good. I'm interested to seeing what um I'm interested in seeing what Stitch is going to look like. So yeah, I think that right there is also pretty amazing. But yeah, but well, I think this is kind of like a minor defense than all the other ones. It's gonna be a cute movie. It's gonna be good because I like the Lilo and Stitch movies. They're good. I like them. Especially the first one because that was the first Disney movie I seen in theaters in a long time, and I know there was a lot of them. That there was a select few that I have seen in theaters, but um, Lilo and Stitch actually um, was a really good film, and I liked it. The cast, the characters, and Stitch is still a beloved character. I would like to see what Stitch is going to look like in the live action. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. But nonetheless, everybody needs to chill out. You know, the movie's going to be all right. Just like The Little Mermaid, it's going to be all right. Just like Moana, it's going to be all right. And I heard that Frozen's going to get a um going to get a live action reboot. I hope so because that movie made a lot of money until Super Mario Brothers changed all that, changed the game, so to speak. But yeah, it's a good fit, and so yeah, just chill out, everybody. You can't always get what you want, but you know, times has changed. Times has changed, and of course, a lot of people um are still pissed off that the fact that the Buzz Lightyear movie didn't have Tim Allen voicing Buzz Lightyear, and was a stupid argument to talk about because of the fact that it had nothing to do. Yeah, it was. Because the character is based off of the toy, because the toy was based off of the cartoon. So because Andy loved Buzz Lightyear, he watched a lot of the shows when he was a kid. Then on his they went to go see the movie, and then all of a sudden he had the Buzz Lightyear toy that he got on his birthday. Everybody knows this from there. So yeah, it was a totally um ridiculous thing to talk about, to be mad about, because it had nothing to do with. Because if you remember, the Buzz Lightyear cartoon was voiced by Patrick Warburton. Oh, well, what about the movie? What about the Buzz Lightyear um pilot movie? It was voiced by Tim Allen. Yeah, but that was just a special. Nobody knew it was going to be a pilot up until the series came out that did feature Patrick Warburton. Just saying. Or is it Warburton? Whatever. I know he's going to be pissed off at me. Either way, I don't like how you pronounce my name. I don't like how you pronounce my name. Sorry, Pat. Forgiven. Forgiven. So, show went by pretty fast, didn't it? It did. We need to do it again. How about we do this again next week? I think so, because I need to call it a night. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Be sure to follow me at Twitter at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. It's going to be on the list, on the playback. And thumbs up the video if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Comment down below how you spent your 420. I like to have a lot of fun with that. And to those places that that still aren't legalized, I'm with you. I'm with you. It needs to be. There are some states that that still hasn't legalized marijuana yet, and it's a crock. It's a damn shame, because take a look at the. This is actually the first time in Connecticut where you can smoke marijuana legally now, and after opening up some dispensaries, it looks amazing and it's pretty cool, and you'll have a good time. But yeah. But anyways, how did you spend your 420? Um, what do you recommend as a recreational goodie? Could be pot brownies, could be gummies, or the edibles. You know, whatever the case may be. Let us know in the comment section down below. And so yeah, we'll have a good time with it. Ringy dingy that bell so you can stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next. And be sure to support small streamers like myself by doing the most important thing that you could do for us small streamers like myself, and that is doing only one thing, and we will love you forever. We will. I mean, I know I will love you forever. I love you now since you're watching me make a fool out of myself for about a little over an hour, and I think and I thank you for putting up with my tomfoolery. But there's only one thing that you could do to make me even more happier and call you either brother or sister. Part of this brilliant family that I have. That is, but you can be a part of this family by doing the most important thing, by doing only one little thing. Face hugging that subscribe button. We will see you here next week. Same Tom Dog time, same Tom Dog channel X. Don't forget the last Saturday of this month will be another exciting episode of Wrestling Prime, so be on the lookout for that. But next week is Channel X Thursday. So till next time, thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace. Love you all.